Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have another product review for the channel today. And just like in all my product reviews, I always want to make sure I'm doing product reviews for products that I would use for the content creation for my photography, for the channel, stuff that you guys, because of watching my channel for the content that I provide, would see that would be beneficial to you as well. And just like all the product reviews I've done in the past, with this particular collab with LLano, I get to review the product, give my honest opinion on the product itself and my experience with it over the past couple of weeks. And then I also get to keep the product at the end of the review. No money has exchanged hands. So what did LLano send out to me today? Well, if you follow LLano's brand at all, you know that one of the things they do is they do battery chargers and battery chargers for camera batteries. So with the recent move by our brand folks, camera brand folks that is, to not provide us with standard battery chargers in the packages anymore, we've been pushed to charge our camera batteries with the battery in the camera connected to a power source via USB, which to me has never been an optimal way to charge my camera battery. It pretty much locks me in to a process where I cannot freely charge batteries outside my camera and still be able to use that camera. And it puts me in a situation where I have to get third-party chargers. You know, the old style ones similar to the standard ones where it's just a bracket or some type of block that sits somewhere with the battery sticking in them. I like that third-party companies like LLano has come out with solutions like this. And what is this? This is a lithium-ion dual battery power bank charger. Let me stress that last part again. It is a power bank charger. So there's a lot to be said about that. As you see right now in this charger, I got two batteries in here. They've been in here roughly an hour. And the charger was at 100% when I put pretty much under 25% batteries in there to see how this thing would do. So let's go through the specs real quick. This is a 12,400 milliamp charger, right? Battery bank charger. And it has power delivery. It is a 20-watt fast charger. LLano claims that this will charge 58% faster than a standard charger. Of course, we don't get those these days. So for those that do still have cameras that have the battery charger, maybe you can check out that fact to see how accurate it is. Unfortunately, I don't. So with that, we'll keep moving on. When it comes to the charger itself, it will charge the batteries in it and the charger at the same time if you choose to do that and plug in the provided USB cord, which I would say use, because usually these things are rated to do that, into hopefully the right wattage brick that you would have to charge these. What else comes with this? It comes with a nice little stylish little bag. It comes with the instructions in the box, and that's everything. The unit that was provided to me to review did not come with the LLano third-party batteries, but to my surprise, and as I worked with this collaboration with LLano, they sent me the Fuji battery charger for, say, your 5th gen cameras that are out now, like the XH2S I'm charging on. But they also sent me the one for like your X Pro 3s, your X100 VE and lower cameras that use a smaller battery, which I'm pretty happy about. And those are pretty much the main specs. Hopefully you'll see, and I'll throw it up while I've been talking about this. All the rest of the specs that may be pertinent to you, like the weight, you know, this is over 400 grams because of the power bank. So let's talk about the feel of it, the quality and build, and then my use case and whether this would be something I plan to, how I plan to use this. Is it right for me and is it right for you? When it comes to the build quality, we'll start off with the feel of it right now. It does have some weight, you know, as I said from the description, I believe this is over 400 grams, and that's without the batteries in it. So you feel that weight. When I compare this to my iPhone next to me, there's that size, there's that thickness that you see between the two. So this got some girth to it. It's definitely bigger than most third-party battery charging cases that I've seen, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that this has a battery bank in it that actually does a wonderful job of charging the batteries. Again, I've had these batteries in here for just about an hour, and they are sitting at 75% charge for both of them, working toward 100. It is knocking that percentage down, as you can see, is at 31% right there. But feel wise, it feels great. It's got that smooth kind of velvety feel you have sometimes on electronic products that I think is going to do great with fingerprints and smudges. In true form, I quality tested the durability of this unintentionally, because again, I'm clumsy, and I dropped this thing from a height about right here to the ground, and I don't know if this will pick it up, but there's a nice little scratch right there that I put on this thing. It was dust and everything on the corner, everything wiped off, left that little scratch there, and this thing kept going. It bounced, it rolled, the batteries did not fly out. This door that holds the batteries in did not pop open, and that leads to me saying, yeah, this is built pretty damn good. No scratches on the LCD screen. The function button still functions just as it's designed to do. So when it comes to how the build is on this, it's got high marks so far for me, and I feel confident that this will weather the storm of being in my bag, bumped around, dropped, and still will work as designed. Now, I will say, when it comes to the door itself, you know, this thing is under some pressure with the batteries in there and the springs. I do have a little kind of lip bump out. Now, when I press it, it doesn't flex, but it does. I feel that going around there. I feel that, and I'm a little concerned that that might get snagged. But so far, in the couple of weeks I've had this, no snags. It hasn't popped open on me, and batteries have been in there sitting charged or ready to use. The power bank has been sitting and ready to use. So when it comes to use case, I will say the use case has been phenomenal. I wanted this to be able to charge my batteries. I wanted this to be able for me to put a dead battery in it and it charge it up. I wanted to be able to store batteries in one spot that will also stop me from having to separate dead batteries from new batteries loosely in my bag. I wanted a power bank option too that allowed me to take the current power bank I had in my bag out and have this in here, and that power bank be strong enough, fast enough, have enough wattage so that it will charge my smart devices like my iPhone, my iPad mini. And this does all of that. With the two USB in and out ports there, again, you can charge the device, you connect it to any one of those, or you can charge a device coming out of any one of those. That gives me what I need on that aspect. Because this has a power bank in it, it does for me what I see a lot of third parties online don't do, is it's not using my camera batteries as a power bank and pretty much pulling the power out that I've charged the batteries to, right? Because usually in those, you have to connect them to power to charge the batteries to begin with, and then you can connect stuff to them to use them as a power bank. Which, okay, there's some use cases where that's great, but you're juicing the batteries that you hopefully want to use for the camera gear that you are out working with. So I like that this has separated that fact with having its own power bank and allowing me to use that instead of use the batteries in here. Now, the function button is pretty basic and what it does, but again, I like how it lifts up. I don't know if you can see that. It kind of lifts up to the battery or to the power button function there, or function button. I keep calling it the power button. But what that does is if you long press this, now you see this is charging. I'm gonna long press it. And what that does is, in essence, it's like an open and close of the circuit. It stops the charging process. It shows the power of the batteries and where they're at and of the power bank. And it goes to sleep, right? So there you go. You press it again, it shows you where the bank is, and then it registers where the batteries are and if they need charging, and then it immediately starts to go back to charging the batteries. Two functions basically, kind of like an opening and closing of a switch, which is great. What I think LLano would need to do, if I had to say there was something that they can work on, other than, like I said, dropping this in a little more if they can, so it's a little under the top lid, it doesn't feel like it's going to snag. when this is charging, this LCD screen is on. It does not turn off. So it produces some heat. That surface gets a little warm. And I think that's something where once it registers the batteries and starts charging, just let the LCD screen time out, and then you don't have to worry about that just being on and it getting hot, because it gets a little warm. So that part I actually wanted to mention under the build quality too, that I didn't talk about, but there you go. But all in all, I've gotten used to the size of this thing. You see how I'm just manhandling this thing. It doesn't bother me the space that it takes up in the bag, because I pulled out my power bank. My batteries are now in a spot. They're just not all over the bag where I'm fumbling through the bag or the front pocket of my bag to get it. And two, one of the things that again that I like the most about it, it's its own battery bank. I don't have to use the batteries, and I don't have to separate my dead batteries from my non-dead batteries, because once I put a dead battery in this thing and it registers the power of the battery, it will start charging that battery, and it'll get that battery to a great charge in a pretty fast time frame, to where I can pull that battery back out and continue using it if I'm out on an event. So I like what they've done here. I think they've done a great job in functionality. Again, the only piece would be is let that time out once it starts charging and registering, so that LCD screen isn't always on. And from there, I think phenomenal job. I don't know if I'm gonna ever use a little bag, but it's there. I do like that they came with USB cords that are hopefully rated to do what we need them to do for the power specs that's on these things. So you guys let me know, what do you think about using charging cases, especially what do you think about one that will also has its own battery bank in it like this guy does? Is this something that you see that you'll use, They make them for Sony and they make them for Canon as well. I will ask to see if they are going to have the Nikon out, because honestly, as nice as this thing is, I now want one for my Nikon batteries, because I did get a third-party one for the Nikon one, and it's just a charger. It can use the batteries and treat the whole thing as a battery bank, but it puts me in that scenario of it's using my fully charged batteries now to juice my iPad and my phone. So I don't like that. So let me know if you think this is something that you would want to get for yourself. Look, check the description out. LLano was nice enough to give me a discount code I provide to you guys for the Fuji batteries. I think I might have it also for the Sony and the Canon. If they provided that too, I'll throw that in there as well. And you guys hopefully will have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the next video.